Okay, so in this video we're going to be doing an oil and filter change on this diesel Honda CR-V. Now it will be different to petrols, but this is the diesel Honda, and nearly all diesels will be very similar to this, and I'm going to show you how to do an oil and filter change in 10 minutes. You could do this in a car park, in a lay-by, anywhere, with just the right bits of equipment. So the first thing you're going to need is some sort of socket set. It's a simple small socket set like this. Oil extractor, that extracts oil, or fluid extractor. Your oil, your specification oil for your vehicle, and an oil key if your car's like this. This Honda's like that, so we need an oil key for this particular model of Honda. Now what you want to do is you want to have your engine warm, not hot, warm, because you want the oil to be more fluid when it comes out. It's a lot easier to come out when it's warm. You know, like just any fat would be like that. Just get it a bit warm. Once it's warm, you just got to lift up the bonnet like I'm doing here, and you're going to have to get access to the dipstick hole, because that's where we're going to be extracting our oil from. So simple stuff, just pull it out, make sure you can put it somewhere neat, don't lose that because you're going to be banging trouble if you do. Just clean it up with your rag and just put it away somewhere safe and sound. This oil extraction method uses the dipstick, so it's good for virtually any car. So once you've got your dipstick out, you've got to use the oil extractor to take out the fluid from the engine itself. Now you've got to be a bit careful here, because when you're extracting the oil, you don't want it right at the bottom, because you won't get no suction, if that makes sense. So you need it a little bit off so it can extract the oil easier. You can see it's just coming down there, it just takes its time. Probably could have been a bit warmer. It was a cold day, as we've had over the last little time in England. So just pump it, it will come out eventually, don't worry about it. Now the good thing about this oil extractor is you don't have to lay under the car, you can stay clean, and that's what it's all about for me. So here's the oil filter tool, and I'm going to just use that with my 3/8 socket. Still different sizes, BMW have them, Mercedes have them, but some of them are different. You're going to have to know what your car is, but either way you need to buy the one suitable for your car. Now they are tightened up to torque specification, but if you haven't got a torque wrench, you can just do it tight without over tightening it. Just remember it is plastic, and you will have to look out later on for leaks if you're not using a torque wrench. So once you've got it off, it's just about finding somewhere to put that dirty oil filter, because it's going to be drenched with oil. So I just used the packet of the new oil filter that I'm going to be putting in. So I just took out all the contents, transferred this over to there, and that's it. Somewhere to put it away without causing no drama. Find a good place to dispose of it. So now you've got your oil filter housing up. You just want to clean it up, just dry it up, get all the little bits of dirty oil off, and just clean it up basically. You're going to have to change the oil seals on this. These ones don't look too bad, but you get new oil seals in your filter pack. So just take them off one by one and just dispatch them properly, but make sure you change them, because they are important, because they will cause leaks. Just be meticulous in what you're doing. This one flew off, lost that one. But some of them have got 3, some of them have got 2. You will know once you open up your new oil filter. You'll see whether you've got a 2 or 3 seal one. So yeah, it's all pretty simple, easy stuff. Just basic stuff really. So with your new seals, your new oil seals, just get a little bit of oil on them. It's just the habit that I do. It just helps to seal it, I believe. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does, but it's my practice and old mechanics tale, I guess. But just put a little bit of oil around the seals so they can seat into the groove of that filter and just bed in nicely. Do the same with the second one. Be careful. They're flexible, but you don't really want to pull them about too much. So just make sure you don't pinch them, because if you pinch them, they're going to split. They split, it's going to leak. You won't have oil pressure, yada, yada, yada problems. So we don't want any of that. So just be careful and meticulous in what you're doing, just making sure you're doing things right. So once you're done, you slip your oil filter on. It will click on. You'll feel a click like it's located. And that's it. You're pretty much done here. It's all nice and tidy. You've done that in no time at all. There's the oil coming out nicely into our oil extractor. Nearly done, nearly done. While we're waiting for the oil to be extracted, I just decided to change over the air filter. This is the air intake filter. Now, I bought this car, I didn't know the history of it, so I just decided to do an oil service because it's really easy to do, and you know, there's just no point skipping it. So I did the air filter here. But when I got in there, I found out it was pretty new, so it must have been changed recently. So there was no point in changing it, just replaced it, like for like, all back in. And as you know, it's just a repeat process of taking it out. This one's pretty simple, it's just screwing it back in. Now with the oil extractor, the good thing about using this method is that you can just go into the actual housing itself and extract any oils that may be, any dirty oil that may be in the gullies. So that's another good thing about this one. I always like to, if I can't get the filter wet, I like to put some oil in the housing because I just don't want it to run dry. So these are my theories behind what we're doing. So there you go. And you just hand tighten that until you're ready to do it to your specification, or if you haven't got a torque socket, just use your bit of experience or knowledge. Just make sure it's not leaking without over tightening and breaking it, because it is plastic. So it's just over to filling up your oil. Use your specification oil. Life would be a lot easier if you use a funnel, you know, like a little funnel thing. Yeah, so don't be like me. Help yourself out and just use a funnel and fill it up. Then you won't get no spills or nothing like that. Check your levels. Make sure they're all right. And then just proceed to clean up any mess that you might have made in and around the engine. Now, I always use my favorite degreaser. It's called No Nonsense. We get it from Screwfix, or I'll put a link in the description where you get it from. Just make sure it's clean and tidy, just for presentation really. And yeah, you should be all right. Now, I always use that pump gun. Like I said, everything will be over in the link in the description. You just get it, agitate it, and you're pretty much done really. It's really good like that. So this is what I did and how I did it, and this is how I got the results that I got. So now you filled up your car with oil, you really need to start the engine again. Now the reason being is to get the oil flowing through the engine so you can get your proper levels with everything lubricated. Once you've done that, you've just got to check the levels again, make sure they're up to scratch. And if you're happy, you just clean up, tidy up, put your bonnet down, and that's it, you're done for the day. Simple as that. Now with your waste oil, the idea is to use the old cartons you used before. So now they're empty, you transfer the old dirty oil into those cartons so you can throw them and dispose of them in a proper way, in your weight recycling centre or wherever that is. This is why you need to get one of these extractors, because they're handy, clean, and it makes sense. Simple stuff, all done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and click that notification button. Thank you for watching.